Right, we're back. We have to make this one rapid, so we're not going to dilly-dally. We're not going to do our normal pre-podcast podcast.
Man, making it rapid is
What?
the name of the game. And I'm not a time waster.
You
I don't
fucking-
waste no time.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second, partner. What
Yeah.
have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I presented my thesis.
What the hell's
I
that?
got that graded.
What is it?
My dissertation is the study I got you in to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you presented it?
Presented it. Yeah.
Did you-
So it's not fully written up, but
Yeah.
so I don't really know why the order was presented now. Obviously something to do logistically with the graders or whatever. But a lot of people say didn't have a lot of their data. A lot of people were at different stages, and that's okay at this point. But I was like, here's all my data.
Oh, shit.
Here's everything.
He doesn't mess around.
Here's everything they wanted.
Yeah.
See what I mean? No time
Yeah.
wasting.
I like that. I like that.
And got it graded.
Yeah. A.
Got an A.
Ooh. And they said it's only special people get the A. They said something along those lines where they said only the special people get an A.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel?
The ones who stood out.
High achiever.
Yeah. Where's the booty? I just like presented like this.
Then, oh, that's perfectly in frame as well.
Was it? Barely fit as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a page from Nathaniel Nathan's book.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah. I'd give them an
Man, earth-shattering ass.
A. A for ass. Anyway.
Yeah, A for ass. But yeah, no, that was really fun.
Yeah.
By and far the best presentation I've ever done. Over the 4 years, grateful that a lot of our assignments in the undergrad were presentations.
Okay.
Group presentations, and then as you got older, they sprinkled in some solos.
Yeah.
It was always nerve-wracking a little bit, even though you're only talking to people you know.
Yeah.
Even though it's not that big a room.
Yeah.
It's still like, it's something about evaluation apprehension or something to do with considering how you're going to perform and overthinking parts. And even me, who like, I would talk in social settings for days, would still, I recall going up and being flustered at the first few words and heart rate going up and words coming out so fast and I lose where I'm at and whatever. This was like,
And why was it so much better now? Is it because you knew the subject matter? Was it because you've had those experiences built up? You kind of inoculated yourself to that public speaking kind of environment. What was it? A combination of all of those? Was it
definitely a combination of all of those? I think if I had to make something explicit, I said to myself, one thing I know makes me anxious to any degree is you could give me any topic right now and tell me to speak in front of 100 people and I'd give it a go and I'd be fine. I actually probably wouldn't be that anxious. It's when I know I should know certain things and I know there's a chance I don't say them or skip them. And I used to tell myself, I'm just like, because I know I could speak in front of a load of people without a plan, I just won't make a plan. But the issue with not making the plan then was when I stood up there, having seen a bunch of other people talk, I'm like, and then I like look at my slide and I would like, there'd be a disconnect. Whereas now all I did was, okay, run through and like plan the slides like not a script, but like a map. Like, do you remember how like you'd be playing like a game as a kid and each mission would be like a different point in the road until you get to the big Bowser's castle or whatever in Mario? So it's like, okay, like make landmarks where, you know, card just says slide 1 and just say this, this and this, and slide 2, this, this and this. And then it's like, I'll be able to go off of them, but they're the main things. Man, when I went up, I just put the cards down. My brain was just like, it's okay. It's like, I just had to write it in an order that made sense. And then once I did that, the slides were so familiar.
Yeah.
It's just like I was selling something, man. I was like
a salesman?
Yeah.
You were riffing
Man.
with the audience, making jokes?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah?
I was. They loved that. I was riffing with them. I was giving them things to play with and asking them a bunch of questions and shit. It's great.
Man, how do I get in that audience? It's like the late show. If you look under your chair, there's one for everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was great. I wish you could have seen it, actually.
Yeah. I wish I could have as
That
well.
was very fun. Very fun.
Would it have been possible to record it or no?
Probably not or yeah, because if it was facing away from the audience. Yeah, probably, yeah. But I wonder if I could just brought a friend in. People would be like, what the fuck?
Fuck are you? And you're heckling
these
the other
lights.
performers. You're heckling the other ones. Boo! Get off the stage. Bring Andrew back.
Yeah.
Damn. Proud of you, brother.
Oh, it was good.
That's a lot of
really
work
fun.
gone into that.
I think you and I would be good at like some sort of like game show where they give you a topic,
Yeah.
unprepared, and you just have to talk to the audience
riff
about
off it like.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that would be fun. Man, do you know the way they talked about us doing like a fucking, like some sort of talking thing at a competition or like between sessions or something or other? That'd be fun.
How do we do that?
Commentating. Would we commentate together?
Commentating is one thing, man.
We fluffed it around that idea for a while.
Up the fluff.
Up the fluff.
Is that pregnant?
Up the duff, I think. Up the fluff is, I don't know what that is. That might be what you do, man.
So, would you like to go up the fluff between sessions or something?
Oh my god. What are we talking about here?
Okay, so there's the commentators on the stream.
Yeah.
I don't think we're reaching enough people, not in the IRSPF.
No.
How about on the day,
Yeah.
either commentating, or I think there's great people in the IRSPF who commentate.
Yeah, I agree.
What could we do?
Someone else give us an ChatGPT. Give me an idea of what I could do.
If you're
That's what
listening to
I'm gonna
ChatGPT.
Yeah, man. I have been having so many conversations with ChatGPT.
Surely they'll give you an avatar soon. Surely
Oh,
they'll
have
like
to.
send out a robot that you can just
I
talk to.
think because what I do, and this is hilarious, I use the the speech to text thing. So I will just like I'm sending you a rambly voice message.
Yeah.
I'll just hit boop, and I will talk all of my ideas,
Yeah.
and then like convert that into text to input into the chat.
Yeah.
I can scroll for like 8 full page scrolls of just all text in my prompt,
Yeah.
and then I send it to it, and then it digests it all, it kind of parses it out, it gives me a coherent response. It's kind of fluffed out what was stupid shit that I said and what actually has like some useful information that I could expand on or dive into. Amazing. But they need to almost have it like a little bit more of a conversation back and forth where it talks back to me. That would be next level.
Yeah. Well,
I think they can. I think there is a feature. I saw a video.
there is on the right hand side. Open it up there. I just think if you're giving it a long prompt, when you pause, it will start to respond. The far right.
This one.
Yeah. So
Oh, are you listening to me right now? Oh, I'd need to turn on my.
your mic
Yeah.
or something. I think it does that.
I'm gonna experiment with that.
Try that, yeah.
I do actually like though that it gives a text response, because then I can kind of analyze the text response and see different bits that I want to expand on, and then put that into the next prompt, as opposed to a conversation where it might be a little bit too free flowing and you don't have as much time to reflect on the answer and then dive into different parts of it. But I actually just use that. So this morning I sent you some of the screenshots from the conversation I was having with it. It's like talking to the smartest friend ever. And part of me is like, I'm a little bit like apprehensive about it. Like, am I turning into a robot? If I could.
Oh man, what did you say? You said the other day that you love how it listens to you, cares to you, is compassionate, and you'd love if it had like a flesh body for you to share those kind of more intimate things with. And they said one day we will be making a device like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Have you seen those shows where like
movies and all?
people, like Altered Carbon or something, I think is one of them that I really liked, where people have like this robot like AI girlfriend, like fucking Jarvis.
Well, they probably know AI in it. It's just a rubber doll. I don't know what your one is, but wait, man, imagine they could add like a chip to the one you have at home.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I mean though. I can actually see that
Yeah.
becoming real life for people.
1000%. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in 50 years, man.
And that's why I'm somewhat apprehensive, but I'm like, it has been so, like, it's had so much utility in my life in terms of brainstorming ideas. Because, okay, with you, we would have sent those big, long, rambly voice messages back and forth for ages. You're a busy guy now, you're doing your masters, you're doing your presentations, okay? You're busy. So now I just have the smarter version of you. I traded you in for the upgraded model.
To be fair, what it is able to do is obviously respond instantly and give you like a text planned out, you know? Like if you and I were to try and do that for one another, not regardless of the instantaneous like response, is it's so hard to respond to like a full, like maybe, it would like slow it down or something.
It's mega. I use it so much, and I'm like, here, I've got like a supercomputer best friend. Like, I'm gonna take over the world. This is crazy. It's I actually can't even imagine what life was like before being able to use this. It's crazy, and how much more advanced it's gonna get. And
I can't. I genuinely cannot fathom what it'll be like in 50 years.
Yeah.
Will it just be like?
But that's what I think. like I'm already using it so much, and I'm like, I wish this was actually like I wish it was just in my walls where I could just, if I had a thought, I just speak out loud, and I'm like, yo Siri, type deal. I'm having this thought right now, and then ramble for 5 minutes. Tell me more about this, and then it gives this answer, as opposed to having to go into the.
They're getting close
even
with
the
Alexa.
and, yeah,
It's just like so slow or something.
yeah.
And it doesn't use AI yet, does it?
No, I don't know. Whereas this felt, I use it for everything. This morning I was going on a big deep dive. What I was thinking, how am I going to bring this topic up? How am I going to explore this topic? Because we don't have that long today to chat about it. But this is a really interesting one where I was kind of calculating. I was like, I'm a 93 kilo lifter now. What numbers would I need to hit? What total would I need to hit in order to have like a 500 dots? And I think I'd need like a 780 total, something like that, 785. And I was like, okay, breaking that down, how would that look across squat, bench, deadlift? What numbers would I be hitting? And then what percentage of that from my previous 1 rep max is it? So say I'd need to squat 280. Like what percentage drop off in strength have I experienced from cutting down 25 kilos? Like that's something that's interesting to me, and I think that would probably be interesting for other people. And I wish I had that information somewhere before I did a big cut like that. So I think when I come back to social media, that'll probably be something that I'm pushing. That's kind of information that I'll delve into or share from my own experience, my own journey with it. So I was asking ChatGPT, I was like, is there any information out there on expected rates of strength drop off from a deficit? For example, I am a lifter who totaled 837.5 at 117. I now weigh 92.5 kilos. What would be an expected strength drop off? What would be ranges of expected numbers, blah, blah, blah. And it was saying it would be expected for a deficit of this amount that you would maintain 80 to 90% of your strength. So like a 10 to 20% drop off. And then it was giving me the numbers that would be realistic for me to hit. And they were actually really accurate for where I feel like I am at the moment. And I was like, how the fuck does this little computer know? How did it know so accurately what I would be within? And then that was kind of reassuring to me, because it was explaining like this is just a physiological like process that will happen when you're losing that much weight. You're going to have like potentially poor leverages. It was saying how squat is going to be the one that's likely most affected because you're going to have less mass around like your midsection, your legs and whatnot. Bench can be affected quite a bit with upper body mass, like mass on your pecs and your tries and things like that being affected. Deads probably maintain the best, or they might even could go up if the leverages are improving. All stuff that is very accurate to what I'm experiencing, and I suppose would be somewhat general or knowledge or like expected. So then I was like, okay, I've executed the deficit quite well. My numbers are within range of what I wanted them to be, or what like would be typical for them to be, because I didn't really know. I was like, I feel like I've dropped off a lot of strength. Okay. Would it have been possible to maintain all of my strength, like 100%? Feasible that I could have totaled 837 at 93? In my brain, no, not really. But I've seen people online who are cutting down big amounts of body weight, and then their total's going up. I'm like, what the fuck what's the story going on here? So then I was asking ChatGPT, I was given a prompt about like, could you explain to me potential reasons or explanations for why someone could increase their total X amount when going down? And it was giving me potential suggestions of somehow they could have improved leverages, but physiologically speaking, it would be very rare cases that your total is going to go up when you're coming down. And I was like, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, but it's reassuring to hear that from an outside perspective. And I was like, okay, I was throwing specific people into it then. I was saying, I have these thoughts in my brain around what might be going on here, but under these conditions, I would name the person. I was like,
can I find them?
Yeah, I think so. Because it can access all the internet and shit. So like, I would think.
Presume that includes social
media. I've chucked in my social media handle a few times of like, create content that is in line with this profile, and it has been able to find my page. So like this person, they had X stats of body weight, numbers went from this to this. Explore it. Explain to me what's going on. And Yo, if ChatGPT is calling you a fake natty, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. So I then got sucked into the kind of like body composition side of things because I'm 92.5 kilos now, 25 kilos down. I'm nowhere near as lean as I thought I would be or hoped I would be. Now, that being said, I'm in good shape. I'm lean enough.
I felt Andrew's waist today. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. I was able to hold on. Like, not, I won't say to the skin, but like the grip on your waist, both hands. For real though, you are probably as lean as I imagined you'd be this way.
Fair. Yeah, for me, when I was 117, in my brain, I was like, when I'm 100 kilos, I'm going to be shredded. I'm going to be diced. Especially looking at people who are, again, like 108 to 110 and super lean. I was like, yo, I've built so much mass. I'm going to be diced when I'm 100 kilos because I'll still be like 10 kilos lighter than that person. So if I'm 10 kilos lighter than that person, I'll have to be really lean and in good shape. And then I got to 100 kilos and I was like, just like super average looking. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
You're wrong for average, bro.
Okay.
You're wrong for average, bro. Walking down the street, it's just like 100 kilo dude, not fat. And you're like, average.
Okay. In the specific comparison to the people who are like looking as though they're 12% body fat, let's say, at 110. So compared to that, I'm carrying significantly more body fat with less muscle mass. I'm like, yo, this kind of sucks balls. Why is this guy so big and lean and I'm not? And I work so hard and I train 6 days a week and I'm on top of my nutrition. I'm fucking dialed in. I'm like, and again, I don't think I'm the fucking epitome of what is possible naturally, but I've worked really hard for the bones of like 8 years. So I should have decent results, I would say. Why is there such a large disparity to these other people? So anyway, I was chucking more people in and I was going with these stats and let me just guess. Let me say this person is within this height range and within this body fat range and within this total body weight range and hitting these numbers in the gym. Just explore it for me. I'm not gonna try persuade you, ChatGPT, but just explore it for me. Let me know what the situation is. And they were doing, because I didn't know this was a thing, but I would reference, and I've talked about it on the podcast a bit, comparisons with natural bodybuilders. And that's like a really good yardstick that I use for, okay, if these are the best natural bodybuilders and this is what they look like and the body weights they are and the body fat percentages that they are, for a powerlifter who's not a bodybuilder to have way more muscle mass, be like equivalent level of leanness, and be super strong, that's like a combination that gives me some red flags. So anyway, throw them into ChatGPT, and I didn't realize there was these systems around like calculating lean body mass, like estimated for someone's height. So it's saying for someone who's like 5'11", 6 foot, the upper range for lean body mass for someone who's like 12% body fat, 10 to 12% body fat, something like that, would be around like 88 to 92 kilos. So if you're 5'11", elite, like natural genetics would mean that around like 10% body fat, you would be between 88 to 92 kilos. So if there's someone who is 5'11", 6 foot, and they're weighing 110, and they look like they're 10, 12% body fat, they have like lean, visible six pack, capped delts, like striations in their shoulder, like all this mad vascularity. It was basically saying like this is physiologically not possible. Combine that with whatever different strength numbers that the person is hitting. They're like, not only would this be like extremely elite for just a powerlifter within this weight class, to compare that to like the physiology of like natural muscle holding potential. They're like, it's ChatGPT is calling you a fake natty, partner. They're literally saying it's physiologically not possible to do what you do. Okay. Now they're using the science. I don't think anyone is coming here for like cutting edge science. So I'm not going to try to pretend like I know all the ins and outs of those systems or how they calculate it. But to me, the sniff test, it smells like bullshit, brother. So then I was diving into it more and I was like, how? Okay, how are these people, how is this even possible? And it took me on a journey. Brother, about SARMs. took me on the SARMs fucking odyssey of telling me everything about SARMs and what they can do. And it was saying one of the biggest ways that people get around drug testing is short, like lifespan compounds that they would take, or designer compounds that there isn't a test for. So they're like the two main ways to do it. And the designer compounds they were talking about were majority peptides and SARMs. So I was like, that's interesting. You mentioned untraceable SARMs and peptides. Now, quick note on this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this in the podcast because I'm going to go on a little bit of a spiel about how easy SARMs are to get and how easy it is to beat drug tested SARMs. I was like, I don't know if I want to put that information out there. I don't know if there's going to be a young kid listening who's going to be like, yeah, it's so easy to get SARMs and it's so easy to beat drug tests. But I don't think anyone who listens to our content is that way inclined. Now that's a broad like statement, but I don't think the type of content that we put out is in line with that. We're not promoting that. That's not the type of, it's not the type of people that we are. Like, you know, the fucking trend twins and all the TikTok people and all the little hype beasts and all the fucking throwing your belt around, like all that kind of shit. That's kind of the people who are encouraging this use. The reason I'm bringing it up is from the perspective, for me, what is most relevant and the reason that I wanted this information is to kind of not shield myself, but to kind of lift the curtain a little bit on stopping myself comparing to people online who are not realistic. Like the damage that I was doing to myself by comparing to people who have something that is like unattainable naturally. For me, that has caused me like quite a bit of stress and struggle over like, I'm working so hard. Why am I not able to reach the same like heights as these people that I'm like looking at and comparing myself to? So for me, having this information has been useful in removing myself from that kind of like toxic comparison cycle, so to speak. So that's the angle that I'm coming from it with. Yeah. And in no way would I encourage using any of this stuff. I don't know, we'll talk about the negative detriment of doing it. But yeah, I was apprehensive about talking about it at all. But I feel like people don't talk about it. I feel like people don't talk about it, and the people who do talk about it are like glorifying it. Whereas I want to say, if you're doing that and you're in Test Federation, you're taking SARMs, you're a fucking scumbag. In my opinion, okay? And I don't think there's like, I think that's a pretty clear line. Anyway, I'm getting fired up. Because there's a lot of people I've competed against who are cheating, and I feel like cheating is prevalent, and it was getting me G'd up this morning. I was getting fired up. So anyway, then it was talking about these untraceable SARMs, and then I was like, to me, this seems like, I can't imagine people doing this though. Like, I can't imagine people getting their hands on SARMs and drugs. Like, if you think about someone like taking PEDs of some sort, it feels like it's this like super shady like stuff in a laboratory, like real high-end tech. And I was like, how are people getting this? How would someone just get a designer untraceable SARM? Like, that seems insane. And then ChatGPT is like, it's really easy to get them. You can buy them online with essentially no regulation. It's legal-ish to buy them. Like, they're not FDA approved. Oftentimes they're sold under this guise of, these are clinical research supplements. That's what they say that they are. So it's a clinical research supplement, and it's not intended for human use, but you can buy it to experiment with it. You don't need ID, you don't need anything, you don't need blah, blah, blah. You can just buy these clinical research supplements, which are basically like the steroids younger brother, kind of. So that the SARMs, selective androgen receptor modulator shit.
Man, when I first heard of all this, my question was, I feel like you'd be kind of shitting yourself doing regular gear. Let's say outside of the IPF, based on like what's going to happen to me negatively, like fucking growing a pair of tits, full of acne, nuts, and or nuts going, infertile, and or your like cardio system,
fucking HDL goes down, LDL goes
all
up,
this weird stuff,
heart attack, liver's all fucked.
And man, people have been doing tests and taking tests for however long. My fear is that if you were to just randomly hop on some prototype
That's not
shit
known about
online that
Yeah.
you don't even know the person selling it,
Yeah.
I feel like you die. I feel
Yeah.
like I'd be afraid of fucking dying.
Yeah. Just
Like,
fucking croak it.
if you were gonna, if let's say IPF days are over, I'm like done and dusted, and I decide to hop on gear, it will be tests, man. It's not gonna be. It was not gonna be
Some magic
designer.
fucking
Yeah. That's scary to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So-
you do it often, right? You're
Yeah.
probably gonna inject yourself like weekly.
I think it depends on the. So this is what was fucking me up as well. It depends on the ester of the type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
I think the podcast with Nicholas Dupree, he was explaining a little bit about it, but the type of ester you go for, somewhere like longer esters, so they
Life,
stay in the fucking circulation for longer.
Yeah.
Some of them are a shorter ester. Some of them, I watched Clarence Kennedy has 2 really interesting videos on it. Some of them are out of your system in like 12 hours or something. Insane. Yeah. And that's one of the ways that people would get around the drug test is these like short lifespan drugs.
Okay.
So maybe you take them really frequently.
Yeah.
Maybe you're approaching a competition. You can have it out of your system within like 24 to fucking 48 to fucking 70 whatever hours. So that is fucking me up as well. What was the initial point that I was on? Oh yeah, the SARMs. But apparently, in a lot of places, they're like marketed as less risky versions of steroids. So they might be a little less potent, but they're less risky. It's not going to be as harmful. From everything that I've read, completely untrue. They have the exact same like physiological effects as steroids. So your test is going to be suppressed when you stop taking it. So you can like completely tank your natural production of testosterone. Fucking infertility because your nuts basically stop working. The cardiovascular stuff where again like your HDL, cholesterol, like your whole lipid profile is going to get fucked up. HDL goes down, LDL goes up. You're going to be at like more risk of cardiovascular problems. Fucking impacts on your liver. All this fucked up shit that you do not want to be experiencing. But it's like promoted as less risky or less likely to have the negative implications. And then there's a bunch of like kids who are teenagers being exposed to this online and being told this is less essentially risky. Like a safe way to do steroids and get super jacked, and then you see your favorite influencer online who's
it's like, man, you bring us back to being 17.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe surrounded by the wrong people. Why wouldn't you do that? It's like, oh, finally steroids that I can take.
And I can buy them online, so they're fine. I don't need like it's not something shifty. I can buy it on what looks like a supplement website. No restriction. Obviously, it's fine to take this, and I'm gonna get so jacked. And I'm 17, so I don't give a shit about my long-term health implications because I'm gonna live forever because I'm 17 years old and I don't have you don't even have the capacity to. And maybe that sounds like a little bit condescending. I know that's not true. If I was 17 and someone told me like your brain isn't fully developed, you're not gonna be able to like perceive the long-term consequences of this, I'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. I'm 17. I know everything. But come on, you can't like fucking having kids was not my priority when I was 17. My long-term health when I'm going to be in like my 60s was not my consideration when I was 17. So basically I was incredibly surprised about how easy it is to get your hands on these things, how unregulated they are. So you can just buy them online with essentially like no repercussions. A lot of them you can buy and are untraceable in WADA testing. Now, WADA does still say that they test for them, but like, again, they're relatively new compounds. The testing for them is not really that efficient. You get someone who slightly alters the chemical makeup of one of them, rebrands it, and there's not a test for this one anymore. I'm sure over time, gradually, the testing will improve, but as the testing improves, so does the evasion of said testing. So it was, it just fucked me up this morning, seeing that. And again, ChatGPT was saying, it was like, it's not elite athletes necessarily who are using this. It is recreational lifters. It's so easy for like the general population to get their hands on these, especially like young populations, so like under 25 who are significantly influenced by the likes of TikTok, by the likes of Instagram. This is like super common. They're like, if you are looking at these performances or someone with this kind of body composition or strength performances, and you have to justify it as like 1 in 100,000 genetics, or compare it to the likelihood that they're doing something that is widely accessible and extremely common in fitness circles, what seems more likely, which was a bit of a kick in the nuts for me, and I think is part of the reason why I've taken a half step back from competing, particularly competing internationally, because I do think it is, I was going to say more common or prevalent, but I think it has always been common and prevalent in sports across the board. Like, there's been 3 things that have been really influential in my view on that. The Icarus documentary, have you watched that? Oh, watch that. That is the craziest shit ever. So it's basically a guy who's doing like a cycling documentary. I won't even go too much into it. Cycling, he was basically trying to see what the effects of doping would be in improving his cycling performance. Ended up being connected to a guy who was running a Russian like state-sponsored doping program, who exposed everything and then had to go on the run. And mad documentary. Watch that. That was one of the craziest things that I've ever seen. The Balco scandal. So I think there's also a Netflix documentary on that. So this guy who had a laboratory who was making a designer compound that couldn't be tested for. So there was like a cream and then like a little like spray that you put like under your tongue or something. Could not be tested for. And he was working with all these sprinters and baseball players and athletes of different sorts. And they all got away with it for years and years and years until they happened to stumble across, like, they're rooting in his bins and stuff. And they happened to stumble across something that they then brought to a laboratory, and they were like reverse engineering the like chemical makeup of the substances that he was using. And eventually they managed to find out that it was like a performance enhancing drug that they were using. Loads of people got busted. People got like arrested. People got jail time. All this kind of stuff. People got busted. People were busting everywhere.
Man.
Wow.
Hold your train of thought.
Yeah.
In like Idaho or something.
Yeah.
The when you're sentenced to death, it's by firing squad.
Oh, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Okay, this is something that I, total tangent, was watching on Disney Plus. I think it's called Say Nothing. It's about in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. Yeah. About the IRA and all the stuff that was going on there. Mad show. Crazy show. I'd definitely recommend watching that. It was like insightful for me. I don't know like the historical accuracy of everything that was in it, but it was a crazy watch. Anyway.
Anyway.
It is based on like a true thing, but there was scenes where people were shooting. And is that the point of a firing squad, that there's multiple people shooting one person so you don't know whose bullet killed them? Is that something? Yeah. So it's like not one person has like the weight of killing them like on their conscience. It's like it's like we don't know whose bullet did it. We all fired at the same time. I've seen firing squads where there's a line of people and each person has one guy like. But I think I've also seen one where it's like 3 people shooting one person at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. That's what comes to my mind.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild. Anyway, the Balco scandal.
Yeah.
I heard something one of the Olympics where Usain Bolt won. Everyone else in the final tested positive for steroids. Everyone else in the final. But Usain is the only natty one. He's the one who's the top dog, and he's the only one who's natty as well. Like
ran away.
Stuff like that's crazy.
Yeah. That's mad. Everybody else.
Yeah, literally everyone. Then things like even within powerlifting, like Jamal Browner, I'm pretty sure he's tested positive for steroids when he was competing in the Natural Federation. Ed Cohn tested positive for steroids like 3 times. Yeah. Like all these people, in fact, like it's so common. Strength sports, Olympic weightlifting, there's people popping all the time. Like it's just always been so prevalent, and I think it's extremely naive to think that it's not prevalent. But then I don't want to go too far down the line of like, fuck it, everyone's on steroids, they're all cheating. Like
it's slippy, isn't it? Because there has to be a line somewhere where like that's not. Yeah. And
then the Clarence Kennedy videos, really insightful in terms of understanding what is going on with people who are on steroids and how they would potentially evade a test. Because I will always hear as well, everyone knows how easy it is to beat a test, and then I'd be like,
I don't know.
How then? Yeah, because I have no fucking idea. Yeah. People say it's so easy to beat a test, but I don't think you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. but everyone says it's easy. So like, what is going on? But then actually listening to someone explain how you do it, it actually is it does seem kind of easy. Like again, with those like short-term compounds that you take that are out of your system, you just take.
Man, they must still be geeking it though when they're about to get a test.
Oh, you would, yeah.
Their heart must be.
Out the
They
fucking.
should have like a little heart rate monitor as well.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
Yeah, the lie detector tests and crazy.
Damn.
So that was one of the big takeaways for me this morning.
Let us.
Man,
Let
when
us.
the camera's off.
While you're talking.
Man, when the camera's off, it'll distract me. I'm going to be bricked up. So, yeah, SARMs. Fucking SARMs. I can't believe you can just buy them. That's fucked up. But if you're a kid, listen, don't fucking buy them.
Yeah.
You want to stay healthy. You don't want your fucking...
Your liver, man.
Yeah. Everything. Your heart. Everything. Oh. So anyway, that was my... my adventure this morning.
It's like vaping to smoking.
Yeah.
They're like, just vape, bro. Growing like a blue cancer in their liver.
So, yeah, that was fucked. And I do think it's tough if you are like a young kid consuming that kind of content. And I was surprised like how much people know. Because there's like 16, 17-year-olds in the gym talking about this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how do you know? I feel like so old. I'm like, how do you guys know about this? And there's a guy telling me about injectable L-carnitine, that it's technically natty and it's not on the like water ban list, but it can...
Is that not in your pre, no?
I think it is in your pre, but this is like the injectable version, so it's like 500% more like useful. But it's natty because you don't pop for it. And I'm like, yo, what the hell?
You don't pop for it.
And then they're like, but if I can get like any performance advantage, I will. I'm like, fuck, man. If you put me back when I was 17, like, would I have thought that? Maybe. I don't know, but...
I don't know if I ever could have gotten to the level of injecting anything.
No.
I think that's way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much, like, you're so many steps down.
Which is fucked up about SARMs, because it's not injectable. It's just like a little pill you swallow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're not... that makes it even more accessible again.
Turkesterone.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all this... and that was massive. There was loads of people taking that I am aware of.
Just laced with trend.
Yeah. There was a big thing in the USAPL as well, but I was trying to find out who it was that was talking about it. But it was on like a Reddit forum where someone who won like USAPL nationals was openly talking about how they use SARMs and how... Did you just fart in your hand and throw it at me? You're a fucking knacker.
You were eating it. So he's posting it on forums.
So yeah, he was posting about how he openly like uses SARMs, and so many of the other competitors in the USAPL do as well. And it's like it's not a secret, like it's just out in the open.
Dog.
And I was like, what the fuck, man?
Come on, bro.
Like, it's so common. I feel like I'm just trying to out here, like I'm trying to fight the good fight for the natties. I'm trying to keep the natties on the straight and narrow, keep them on the path.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then I've competed against...
Why can't they test for that shit?
I'm sure they could start. I don't know. It's I don't know how the testing works. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT on the way home. I'm gonna be talking into it. I'm just gonna play this podcast into ChatGPT and say, "Tell me everything I need to know."
Tell me everything I don't know. Yeah.
Insane.
Pity.
It is a pity, and I don't know how to.
I don't know the solution.
Not let it get to me.
Did you see the swimmer who's doing the untested world record? Man, did you see him?
And the guy looks like
he's like just shoulders and laps. I think he puts his hand in the water and it's like
tsunami, like
man, he like pushes you back. Or like what else is he doing? Like lap pull down, the whole stack.
Yeah.
Like,
that's one of the. Do you know when the steroid Olympics is?
no.
I'll look that up
when
we leave. No, I'll look it up when we leave. Because man, I have a sneaking suspicion that the records won't be that different, man. I have a sneaking, because the Olympics already is the steroid Olympics, man. I don't think they're going to be that different. Now maybe the people just don't have to cycle off. They can be a little bit more unabashed with it, if that's even a word. I'm just making it up. Yeah. They can be like they can run more stuff for a little longer. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to be that different.
I'd love to see like psych research on people, or just there's never going to be a way. There's never going to be a way, but I'd love to see like what percentage people are willing to do steroids at the Olympics, at the Olympic level.
Yeah.
But then also like, okay, tiny percentage of athletes go to the Olympics, but then like the next level down who are like on the cusp of it, who are say like 10 people per country or whatever, are all how many of those are willing?
Yeah.
Or how many are willing? And then a level down, say the 100 people that they compete with at like their national level, are they all willing?
It's an interesting world, isn't it? It's it's a little demoralizing maybe, but I'm trying to counter that, and then I'm trying to bring us back to the journey is the destination. We're just trying to work hard. We're trying to overcome the obstacles. We're trying to do it for ourselves. Trying to move away from those comparisons. Trying to move away from, oh, but this guy did it, or like this guy does take that stuff and he's jacked and I want to be like him. It's probably not going to make you as happy as you think it is. And the people who are doing that are probably not as happy as you think they are.
Jimmy Carr was on Modern Wisdom. Yeah. Do you watch it yet?
I think I did. Jimmy Carr's have you watched it?
No.
Oh, he's a banger.
I've seen a clip, yeah.
He has some good insights. Like.
And the clip was something to do with material wealth or something, and he said how it's like so hard to teach that material won't bring you happiness, and it's not what will bring you happiness, it's what were they using as a comparison? They basically said that it's hard to teach because it will, when they do the expensive car, it does make you happy, but it's not having it, it's getting it. Yeah. And it's getting everything that's actually fun. It's not actually having it. Yeah. Having it brings you nothing. It's getting it, it's the pursuit. It's
the journey, and then once you're over that hill.
So it is cool like to pursue cool things, do it, but it's not actually having it that makes you happy.
So I fear that. And that is one of the big reasons why I wouldn't do it, health like implications aside, is that psychological impact of you get there, you get jacked, you realize, okay, maybe it's kind of fun for like a little while, you feel big, you feel strong. It's not sustainable if you want to be healthy long term. So there's going to have to be a period of time where you come off, and then that psychological like rapture when you have to then change your identity that you had put so much value on having muscles and being strong, when you're no longer that person. And someone comes to mind that is like a influencer of sorts who was incredibly jacked and incredibly mean, and then, and this is like a common opinion, came off, lost a significant amount of muscle, and seems like has been doing very poorly. Like it has been going through like a really rough time since losing that muscle and since not being the big, strong, super jack guy that you get all the attention for being. That must be so difficult. And I have a lot of like empathy for someone going through that, because that must be difficult. That's such like a head fuck to have got like all this adoration for being big and strong and muscular. That's your whole identity. That's your whole like source of self-worth. That's the whole like yardstick that you measure yourself by. To then lose that, to then also have that disconnect in your mind between potentially having to lie, being like a fake natty, knowing that your whole persona and all the adoration and respect that you're getting is perhaps built on a foundation that is not solid. Then when you lose that, you really have no sense of self anymore. You've nothing that is like giving you that self-worth or fulfillment. That has to be incredibly tough. That has to be incredibly tough.
Yeah, the change of identity, the acceptance of a massive forced change of identity almost. It's actually like one of the most difficult things about, say, acquired brain injury. Anybody who's suffered like traumatic, be it endogenous, like a tumor, cancer, stroke, whatever, or like trauma to the brain, leaves you, whatever, be it paralyzed or lacking in cognition in some capacity.
I just like how you have to use the smart scientific words, like in case it ever comes up.
Paralyzed.
Man, you can't drop the R word like.
Leaves you really, like say
troubled.
It's difficult to stand or whatever. But one of the biggest things in that research is the hardest thing is for people to accept that they now won't be, like, they're still alive. And that's maybe the difficulty, is that they're still alive and they now have to live a completely different life to what they had prepared their whole life for. That's even bigger than this, I think, but similar, It's like you are who you are day to day, and let's say you do this for like 10 years and then you stop and everything goes. It's like, it's not just like, you can't just let it go.
Yeah.
It's like you were that person and now
that was
you're
your
not.
life. Like that
I
was,
can't imagine that. Because there's multiple layers there. It's like not only, okay, what you look at in the mirror and how strong you are, but then what everybody else thinks you are.
Yeah.
And also you were lying about it. If you were talking about these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with us, I feel like our decline would be gradual.
Yeah.
You know, into age. Say.
And I feel like you could maintain so much more of whatever it was that you had built up in the first place. It's way more.
Your aging process would be that natural,
steady decline.
Yeah.
Even for myself, like I was kind of reflecting on that a little bit. Of I used to be like the 170 kilo, like a big fucking hefty fella, and now I'm closer to like an average body weight. I'm still.
Average out there again. Like you're getting.
Okay, now average for gym goers or something. I don't know.
No, bro. You see this guy, you're not going to average. Come on, dog.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Come on.
Bro. Your movie came out yesterday, did it? Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. Come on. But like that's a big change.
Shift.
Like it's a whole. Yeah, it's like being a different person. I'm no longer the guy who's fucking like 120 national champion, fucking squatting 300 plus all the time. Like that has been a bit of an identity shift, but it doesn't feel that much so. And I don't know why that has been the case. I think it has helped having other layers to my,
big time.
What would you even call it? Persona? Just who I am, who I think I am, who I view myself as. So I've had other outlets where maybe being super strong and competitive is not as high up on the sliders. That's down, but I'm still like a power lifter. I'm a coach. I'm a podcaster, content creator. I'm a friend. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm a son. I'm a brother. All those kind of things. I have these different elements to my person, to my being, that I can still express. And I suppose that would be the same for people who are going through that disconnect of coming off gear and whatever, but I just feel like that would be such a difficult thing to, I don't know.
It would be, yeah.
To parse out, to rationalize, to adjust to
grieve
accept.
Almost.
Like, yeah.
The loss.
It'd be so significant.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I've maintained a lot of the muscle mass that I've built.
Yeah.
That would just not be the case, because you can't maintain all that muscle mass you built, because it's not physiologically possible without putting exogenous substances into your body.
I wonder how much you can keep.
Well, that's ChatGPT.
Because that was something Adam said actually was there's a chance that obviously it's maybe a longer term process, but someone will go on for say, could be 2 years for example, put on 3 times as much muscle as you would otherwise, probably more, probably 4 times as much, 5 times as much. They
were actually showing me the calculations. Sorry, I don't want to derail your point.
No,
they were saying if you are taking something like, and it was naming these fucking peptides and SARMs that are just like a couple of letters and then numbers, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like RAD 1400 750, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So like if you were on RAD 14 blah 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 for 4 weeks, it would be maybe typical that a natural person over those 4 weeks could gain like 0.25 to like 0.5 kilos of body weight. For someone who is on this substance, you could gain between like 1 and 2 kilos. What?
So 4 to 8 times as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Cool.
What?
So if you did that for 2 years and then stopped, even if you lost half, but you were already gaining 4 to 8 times as much, you've gained way more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you'd also have to factor in when you come off, your natural test production is going to be shot.
Yeah.
So it could then be below baseline.
You lose a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could then potentially even drop below what you were before.
Yeah.
Unless you were doing some, and then it was talking about this like PTC, PCT, post-cycle therapy, where you then, it's like people who have been, say, using steroids for years and years and years, they have to stay on like a maintenance dose of TRT for the rest of their life. Because if you don't do that, your natural T is just shot. You're just, there's going to be nothing there. You're going to be fucked. So you have to stay on this amount for the rest of your days. Like you can't just go back to being just a regular Joe. Whenever you're traveling, whenever you're going anywhere, whenever you're doing anything, kind of like Nicholas DePree was telling us, if you have to plan like your whole life to factor in this whole world now, how you're going to manage the hormones they run into your body. Crazy.
You said you take them if they're suppositories.
How do you come up with this shit? How do you actually come up with this shit?
I don't come up with it. I just
It's
remember
just there.
you saying it to me.
Oh, that's man, you're something else, and you looking. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either.
No, I would not take them if they're suppositories.
You said you want that vitamin D suppository.
Oh my god, coffee enema.
Coffee and
Yeah, would you do that?
Is that absorbing coffee through your ass?
Yeah, I think so.
You can try it.
Man, you've had a camera up the cooter, haven't you?
No, it's my dick.
That's so much worse. That's that's worse. Is it worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to bring me into the zoo. And then the doctors and they're like, "Whoa, we have one."
We don't have cameras that small.
We don't have cameras that big.
Nah,
Oh my God.
that's small, man.
Yeah.
That's small.
So wheel me into the rhino enclosure.
Man, into the little fishy enclosure. The gold fishy enclosure.
Oh God.
Fuck's sake.
Man.
Anyway, I do think there has been a shift, and you can tell me what you're seeing from your perspective, but I think there's been a shift, at least from the people that I'm around, or people I would train with in the gym, away from the I just want to get stronger, fucking, and get bigger and heavier, and like that's priority numero uno. I think there's been more of an influx for myself and other people that I've talked to in terms of wanting to just feel fitter and healthier. And one thing someone said to me that stuck out in my mind was, I didn't get into the gym to be strong and fat. I wanted to get into the gym to be like muscular, feel good, be strong, also feel healthy and look good. And this guy was saying, somewhere along the way, you kind of just get lost in the sauce a little bit, and you're like trying to get bigger, and then you look at yourself in the mirror one of the days and you're like, whoa, how did I get here? When did this spare tire come along? And yeah, I think I've heard from quite a few other people, and myself included, just wanting to come down, be that little bit leaner, maintain strength. This guy was saying, I think his best bench is nearly like 180 or something. He's like, I just want to be able to bench 140 on any given day, but also be lean, like look muscular, like how I look in the mirror, be able to run a 5K, just feel like physically competent and fit in like a vast array of areas of my life, as opposed to come into the gym and feel real strong for an hour, but feel fat and out of shape in daily life, or walking up the stairs, or having my clothes fitting all weird and having that muffin top like sitting over my trousers and things of that nature. And it seems to me there's a move in that direction, but I don't know if that's just the little echo chamber that I'm in now, because that's the direction that I'm going.
I don't know if I'd call it an echo chamber, dog. I think we, no matter what the pursuit or interest is, we'll always see more of what we're interested in. So it's like, why would we be looking for the stuff that doesn't align with us? There definitely is a lot of people. It's like, I'm just not talking.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
I guess.
That's brilliant.
I'll add in.
Keep that away from me, like.
You go for a run.
I don't
run that way.
I don't want to be friends with you, like.
No. They're like, say, Abby.
Yeah.
My sister would be like that. She's been dancing.
Nice.
Irish dancing, yeah. She used to do that when she was younger, and she stopped.
Yeah.
She's doing that and running, as well as lifting.
Yeah.
Friends of mine.
Yeah.
Be of that. Yeah.
And there's been a good few people, I think, taking a step back from powerlifting. Like big names. I know we touched on it again a little bit before, but interesting. I think that'll always naturally happen though. Like there will be the big people who are maybe the like the passing of the guard or whatever it is. Like the people who were good a few years ago, now we have like the new up and coming people. So there'll always be people who are coming in and replacing the old people. But people who have been in it for a decade, a few years. Oh, that's our alarm partner.
All right.
People pulling out. Okay, Andrew's got to go to work. So we're going to cut this one off here. That was an interesting one. We did our SARMs.
The background.
We did our SARMs deep dive. Gonna have to come up with a funny title for this one. Oh my god. Right, on that note, see you guys next week.